Up, go a bit. Up a bit. Good lad. Such an awkward thing, this. So you lift it up and then you have to push it with your thumb, making sure you don't get your bridle caught on that top of that thing, and then they dash through and you break your rein. That's a good boy. Foot. Good lad. Good boy. This is awful, these ropes. I do wish they'd just put some soil over the top. Not much chance of that though. Good boy. Walking on. Good lad. Mind my leg on that holly. Ooh. That's close shave. Good boy. Yeah, so it's a little bit misty in here, but bright day, so it's very inviting. And there's somebody been drawing on that tree with a penknife. I have to change cameras now because that one has run out. It's such a shame because that's the better camera of the two that I have, so it's a shame. Walk, he's just doing a little jog now because he's a happy chappy.
This is the ISI2, this is my original camera. I prefer the V4 because I think the colours are better. This always looks a little bit washed out to me. But I've had to send it back to France because the battery life is ridiculously short.
You can see a huge difference, haven't you, with the approach to boggy and puddles with Apollo. He just, just goes on, doesn't like stop and have to look at it and think, well, is there a puddle monster? He just thinks, puddle monster, look out, I'm coming. Don't you? I hope I can get under this branch with Apollo because I am quite a bit higher up. Even though it's only 2 inches, you do seem to be a lot higher up. Right, let's see if I can get your head under here. Head down, good boy. Head down, good boy, well done, well manoeuvred. Gosh, oh, that's low. That is low, that. Okay, we'll canter on then. Or trot on if you prefer then. It's a bit stony. And his trot is as fast as some horses canter, so you can't really complain at the speed. And it is stony, so it's probably doing the right thing. Luckily we've got all shoes on now, so I don't have to worry about slowing down for stones. And walk. Obviously it's got a very thick coat and it's just starting, you can see, to get a little warm, even though we haven't done anything. But no point clipping if he's not going to do the work, because to clip is quite a time-consuming business. And then, of course, you have to rug. But Apollo can stand in his stable without a rug on, can't you? Bare trees just on a carpet of brown. I think it looks lovely. Right, just going to take a couple of pictures, hopefully they turn out alright. I'm just going to switch the camera off because it takes me a little while to do it and you don't want to run out of battery. Take the picture of the tree, I hope it all comes out. So we're going to go up here for a change. Good boy. Just keep on the grass because it's quite muddy there and it'll be slippy for Apollo. Oh, that was jet propulsion then. Hopefully you didn't hear that on the camera. Don't want to embarrass Apollo, do we? So I'll keep my head down because the sun's right ahead of us, so you probably won't get much of a picture if I'm looking at the sun. Yes, you can just see here, it's starting to sweat. I am asked quite often, why do you clip? Why don't you leave them natural? They're horses. Well, the thing is, it's not natural for a horse to be ridden, so you have to make adjustments. He has not been doing a lot of work, so we haven't clipped him. Farouk does quite a lot of work, so he is clipped. Bella won't be clipped because she won't be ridden. But if you clip, then of course you must put the rugs on to replace the hair that they've lost. And the reason for taking the hair off if they're doing quite a lot of outings, you clip if they're doing quite a lot of work, is it can be dangerous for a horse to get overheated. And if you're doing quite a lot of work and they've got heavy coat on, it's just like you going out with your, several layers of clothes in the depths of winter and running. Now that is going to be very unpleasant for you, isn't it? And it's just the same for a horse. We don't clip to make them look pretty. We clip because there is a good reason to do it. And believe me, there's a lot of work in clipping a big horse like Apollo. And once you've clipped, you have to keep clipping because the hair does grow back unless you rug up sufficiently to retard the growth. It'll never stop the growth, but it will retard it. I have noticed with Farouk, I haven't had enough rugs on him, so his coat has grown quite quickly. So I need to rug him up a bit more. And of course the weather's got colder, so we will be rugging up anyway a little bit more. Good boy. I do like a forward-going horse. I do. It's my thing. I don't like to have to kick on. And that's just how some horses are, and that suits quite a lot of people. But for me, no. It's a good boy. So, off you go. Come on, into the middle. That's better. And canter. Slower. Good boy. And Turrot. We don't want to be cantering round the corner because it's slippy and he could slip. And I have had a horse slip from under me going round a corner, so I am a little wiser now.
Turn the sound right down because it's just too much wind noise.
Enough to be racing, are you? He says, "No, I am." He's not. Slow, slow. Slower, slower. Good boy, all on the boy. Slower. Good boy. Just in case he was having a little spook at these.
I'm asking Apollo to go slower past these Daleks feed hoppers, because as he's so fresh, he could have a spook, which he wouldn't normally do. But to be on the safe side, just slow down a bit so that we've got more chance of staying on if he was to suddenly go sideways.
There's no need for that. He's just really fresh. Go on. Go on, Apollo. Good boy. Go on now. Go on. Good boy. That's it. Good lad. Good boy. Canter on. Yes. He's feeling a little warm.
I felt Apollo slow down, and I think it's because he's getting a bit hot with his big thick coat on, and also of course he's not so fit because he hasn't been out riding for quite some time.
This is why we would have picked Farouk, you see, to stop that. Shame about the tractors churning all this up. Good boy. Walking. Good boy. So just let him get his breath back now. Because he's blowing a little bit, so you don't want to overdo it. You certainly don't want them pulling a muscle, a tendon. So we'll just walk down here, and it's also very boggy and horrible, so no point letting him trot on and canter on. Good boy. He's definitely got the Apollo walk on. Nope. He says, "Oh, we're going away from home." You feel that dramatic difference in the pace of the walk. It just went and died. Come on, we're not going to have a dying pace though. We have to march on. We don't have that, do we, Apollo? I don't like a horse just to slop along. I like him to be going somewhere with intention. even if he thinks he's going in the wrong direction. Canter, up. And trot. Good boy. It's like a walk, but I'll let you off. So that's a public bridleway down there, and you have been with me down there. But today we're going to go to the left. This bridleway on the left. Haven't been down here for a little while, and so it'll make a change for me. That was the Apollo clogged in his shoe, that metal sound. Oop. When he was younger, before he managed to get all his legs under control, he used to pull his shoes off. So I had to use, in the field, he had to wear overreach boots. But now he's got more muscled up. He can control his legs a lot better, so he doesn't strike into himself or pull his shoes off. For non-horsey people, a horse can pull his shoes off by him stepping from his hind foot onto his front foot. foot and just catching the shoe, which then pulls and eventually maybe not pull it off straight away if it's a fairly new shoe, but it can pull it off straight away if it's had a little bit of wear, and then of course it's loosened in any case, and if it does it again, then that's how they come to lose the shoes in the field. But Polo's now nicely muscled, and he doesn't need overreach boots or brushing boots now. Trot. Slow, slow. Just setting off at a bit of a pace there. Oh, and he's decided he wants to canter on, but I'll let him for a little while until now. And turrot. Good boy. You don't want to be cantering down here really, but it's just a bit narrow. Slow. And walk. Good boy. Well done. He's quite keen to be going because he's got a lot of energy, and he's had a good walk, so that's meant that his muscles are all loosened up again now and not sore, so he wants to go on a bit, but we're not going to. And you can see he's getting rivers of sweat on him. One of the best things that we've managed to do is have hot and cold water outside near the stables, and it was just a question I'd asked my plumber when he was sorting out the chauffeur's cottage with us, because you may remember that it was falling down and we had to do something with it or pull it down, so we decided to spend quite a lot of money, as you might imagine, getting it sorted. But we're pleased that we've done it, and we are getting a little bit of money back by letting it out to holiday makers. Obviously not this year because of the COVID. And canter, slow canter. Good boy. And walk. Just had a little look at this bale, so I thought I'd just walk him past that. It's not something you see lying about every day, is it? An old bale. Good boy. There's a couple of horses ahead, he's seen them. Slow. No, not racing up to them. No, that's bad manners, isn't it? We don't do racing up to the horses. Slow. It's taken a bit of a hold, so I'm having to use quite a lot of rein now. Good boy. Get back then. And turn. Rot. Ooh. Good boy. Morning! Oh dear!
The ladies were saying they had to dismount because another horse went past them, and their horses started acting up.
Yes, I'm very well, thanks, Anne. How are you?
You may remember Anne gave me some jumping lessons on Apollo. We had a right laugh, if you remember, in the indoor school.
I'll see you later, I'll just walk on. Bye! just rivers of sweat now. But there you go. If I was riding, or somebody was riding Apollo frequently, I would clip him immediately. But if he's going to just do this maybe once a week, or in his case, once in 5 weeks at the moment, might be 4, might be 5, it's not worth it. But certainly would if we were going to do this more often, because I don't like to see a horse sweated up like this. It's just not good for them. They overheat. And then of course you run the risk of them catching a chill if you don't wash them off properly and you don't rub them up properly and keep your eye on them. You know, I'm lucky that we have stables, so they are out of the wind. Oh dear. Oh, you're a good boy. I don't think Farouk would go past this as well as Apollo has done. Yeah. Dobermans looked quite aggressive. I think we're a fair distance away now. Yes, I think we can just nip round this corner and then we can trot on.
If you've enjoyed the video, I hope you'll join us in part 3 tomorrow. Don't forget to give a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video, please. And we do love to read your comments and we do love emojis. Hope to see you tomorrow. TTFN. If you're new to my channel and would like to catch up on some of my earlier videos, all you need to do is click on the horse's head icon, which will take you to our home page. We have over 1,000 videos to choose from. Once you've selected videos, just click on the sort button for the most popular, for the newest or oldest. Thanks for watching.